guys? It's your boy Grizzlies bringing this video, and this is a video that I'm not happy that I'm making, and I didn't really expect that I would be making this for a long time. Now, as most of you know, I am a part of Torch, Torch_org, the Torch Takeover, and I joined in January, right after ETG 11, which was on, I don't know if I have the poster or whatever, but it was on what was it, January 23rd or something along those lines, and it was a great event. You know, if it wasn't for Torch and it wasn't for the Torch guys, I wouldn't even be playing right now because my parents didn't support it at all. I had gone up there, just no support at all. I mean, my parents did support me to a certain extent, but they didn't understand it, and they didn't really know much about it or how to support it. So we went up there, and the Torch guys talked to them, and they were with them the whole time at the event. And because of Shocker, and because of Cody, and because of Tony, uh, because of all the Torch guys, are the reason why I'm still playing right now. No, it wouldn't have had anything to do with my motivation, at least from what I would expect, but it has to do with my parents supporting me. And if it wasn't for them, my parents wouldn't support me as much as they do now. My parents support me to the end, to the fullest. So it's because of them, it's a great thing. So I've been a part of them for 5 months or so, 4 or 5 months, and it's been a great journey. Now, if you don't follow up on Twitter, Big Mark, the big buff guy, was running Twitch for like 2 months or so, and things were going great. We're growing a lot of business things were going down, things were getting finalized and processed and shit like that. And Mark had a conversation with some people and decided that he's not doing what he wanted to, and Torch didn't turn out how he wants it to. He wanted it to be more of a family rather than an esports organization. Although he wanted it to be like a family inside of an esports organization, but things weren't going like that. There were a lot of roster changes that he wasn't informed of, and nothing was discussed. And like, I'd say like 6 people on the Torch that were playing for us didn't even know who Mark was. Almost all the fourth that Jay, Jordan, and James picked up didn't even know Mark. They never talked to him. They never had like a relationship with him as much as everyone else does. A lot of the people on the PS4 team, on the other one with Parrish and Dynasty, never really talked to Mark. From what I know, Dynasty almost never talked to Mark. So it was kind of falling apart and separating, and people weren't treated like a family, or people weren't acting like it was family. People were acting like it was an organization. There were people that they weren't changing their names, they weren't changing their ads, and that's not the issue at all because they weren't changing their ads. But it was just like people didn't want to represent us as we expected, at least from my point of view. I think that's how things really went. And Mark decided to step down from Torch and is no longer a part of Torch, and hopefully he'll be back later on, but since Mark's not running it, and because of Mark is like the main reason my parents are supporting me, and if it wasn't for Mark, I wouldn't have passed 9th grade. I wouldn't have done a lot of stuff without Mark. So because of Mark, I'm still here. And now that Mark isn't a part of Torch and no one else is running Torch, I figured there's no reason for me to even be a part of Torch. So I now decided it's a new chapter in my career that I need to open up my options and have a lot more people to just kind of associate myself with. I was really only associating myself with the Torch people and like a few other players, and that's really it. I never really talked to any other orgs because why would I? I'm a part of the best org in the community, and now that it's essentially fallen apart and no one's running it, and hopefully if Mark comes back, I'll be back. But for now, I'll be leaving Torch. It's a sad thing. Didn't really want to come to this, and I didn't want this to be a thing. I'm very passionate about Torch. As you can tell, I'm wearing my Torch Gaming jersey right now. Your boy, oh shit, I almost knocked over something, but I'm repping it. I'm repping the Torch shirt. I always rep Torch. I always wear my Torch takeover shirts to school, as nerdy as it sounds or whatever, but hey, I represent Torch to the fullest. Everything I do is Torch. And yeah, it's hard to move on. A lot of people have already moved on. Some people it wasn't an issue. So no longer a part of Torch. It's really sad thing to say. Didn't want it to come to this, but it has to. It's just it just nothing I can do. It's out of my control, and there's no point of like there's essentially no one that's going to be running Torch, and there's no point in being a part of a team with no one running it, no one helping at all with it. So, it's boogers. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'm really sad. Didn't want to make this video, but a lot more coming in the near future. I have to get a new capture card because the one I've been struggling with for like 2 weeks now, I found out it's just not going to work at all. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'm really sad. Hopefully if this did affect you or like brought you down or something, that we can move past it. And I didn't really want to make this video, as I've stated a few times. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I sure as hell won't. I'm really sad about the whole situation. So hope you guys. I'm out. Peace.